Today we're going to be talking about two of the most popular things in our greenhouses, Beat Your Neighbor Fertilizer and Lofos. Now we're really talking about Lofos, but how the Beat Your Neighbor Fertilizer does tie into healthy looking,
it does.
Beautiful Lofos. But
how many of you shop for a specific plant, or do you just wing it when you walk in?
it's like going to the grocery store, right? So you go into your local greenhouse, and are you looking for something?
Of course, everybody's looking at all the colors. Yeah. But do you go in and you say, I know that I love this plant and I have to have this?
There's a lot of people that just go nuts, right? So especially the women, they go in and they're like, ah! So
don't you love it though?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. But we're gonna be talking about Lofos. Lofos
is one of those plants that people go, ah!
Yeah. So Lophospermum is the proper big long name that some scientists had to give. I can't even spell it, but Lofos. We just shortened it to Lofos, Lofos, and they are really our most popular.
It's like a little
hanging basket,
trumpet style flower. The hummingbirds.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, the hummingbirds love Lofos. So if you're looking for a pollinator hanging basket.
So it's gonna vine down like that.
So that's just a single plant, but they turn out.
You can see how it starts branching out. This one just didn't have flowers on it.
I'm gonna grab one of these hanging baskets because this is just a youngin. So this is not anywhere near what it's going to be. This is just young. It's not even a teenager yet, but so you can see it has all kinds of vines hanging down, and wherever you see these pods, this was kind of growing along. We have them up high because they're really kind of annoying. they just grab and tangle on, but you see these nice long trailing vines, and everywhere there's a pod gets these tubular shaped little trumpet shaped flowers, and they just like keep spitting out flowers. They're gorgeous, and they're our most like hot commodity for day one when we open. So,
and you say, why don't you just do more of them? Well, we did, and last year we did 2 rounds of them, and the last round they're a slow growing plant.
Yeah, you just can't.
Once they start going, once they're this size, they do fantastic.
We brought these in February. Like, we started as plugs, so they came in, but these have been growing for months. So for us in the greenhouse season, we just missed our mark. Like, if we brought in a whole nother.
We tried bringing another batch of plugs, and they weren't far enough along for it to be that wow statement. But
the wow statement was last year me running to get more Lofos. We sold out in 10 minutes. Day one, we sold out all Lofos hanging baskets in 10 minutes. And
so no, we're not saving them.
Yeah.
Number one.
Be at the door, ready to roll.
If that's something, and you do have to bring them in and out because our weather, it was 18 degrees here.
Yeah, so this morning.
If you're doing it, that is something that you have to take in consideration.
I like high anxiety last year because everybody walking in that first 10 minutes that were open, they're like, Scott, I'll take 4 of them. Scott, I'll take 6 of them. Scott. And I was just like, and I'm running. And finally I started barking orders to one of our employees. I'm like, Mike, grab all the Lofos and bring them up. And so
they have these beautiful
We got more of them this year though.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful big leaves. They come down into these vines that they're not going to crawl up, they're going to drape down. Some of them were up,
they are but right that's now,
because they were just kind of up between the wires.
They'll trail down. They're messy. That's a
downfall.
They constantly spit. They constantly produce those flowers and then drop them. So they are a little messy if you have them on in an area like a porch area. They do need full sun, so it can't be like if it's a covered porch, they have to be out into that sunlight. They do take full sun.
Drinking
moist. You want them on the more moist side, not soggy. A little bit more moist. Don't let them go dry. They do drink quite a bit. I have to watch and make sure. That's why I have them in a special area that they're easily accessible for me in the greenhouse because they do drink quite a bit.
And I have found putting them in with other plants, they're not super aggressive right off the bat.
Yeah, they take their good old time.
They do really well once they get established and in there, but if you have other plants that are going to be more aggressive immediately, I don't know that I'd mix it too much. I have some baskets mixed, but I was really
some with
careful as to
petunias.
where I have them.
Yeah.
And they just take longer. So if you're doing them with a super petunia, you have to make sure that there's plenty of space because it will choke out the Lofos.
Yeah. But they are beautiful.
And
we
we do
have
them,
a hot pink. There's a
we
white
do them
mixed.
just in the hanging baskets.
Yeah.
Because of how long these are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
some
why
though
we
that
don't have.
I don't have any white up here.
No, you didn't.
There's
have
some
white.
that are mixed. And that looks really, really nice.
It does.
Yeah.
I think there was like 3 different colors that I've gotten in.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly that white and pink. I didn't see any in like the yellows. Maybe I could source that out. But,
Sure.
they're absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Really pretty easy to care for.
Yeah.
They are a little bit messy.
They are delicate too, as far as so when I go to put those in somebody's car, you gotta really pull this train away because they easily crack off. Now they'll grow right back, but I just don't want somebody going home with where it's the entire bottom of it is broke off.
Is gone.
So you got to be kind of careful and gently kind of sweep that train out from underneath it and then set it like in the back of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Wind can break them. Yeah, I mean definitely if you're in a high wind area, they will crack off and break. They'll regrow, but you just be aware of that. We've taken before and we have the upside down cedar tree. So we have a cedar tree that Amy found in the swamp, and had this grand idea of like a cedar tree with this huge root system
He's
that
like,
flopped
what
over.
Do you want?
She's like, I want that in our yard. I'm like, so we did. So we took this out of the cedar swamp, and it's maybe I don't know, maybe like that. It's like 8-inch tree with the entire root system, and put it upside down. I dug a hole about 3 feet, stuck it down, so then so the entire root system is up on top.
So it looks like a canopy, but
we put the Lofos up on top, and it trails down through the root system, and it looks awesome. Now in the last few years we've done mostly petunias up there, but maybe we'll bring back
because
the Lofos.
we found that the sun and it would dry it out very quickly.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit more of a wind spot, and so it would whip that quite a bit more.
It got broken off a lot, but
Yeah.
but it was gorgeous where that trailing down looked really, really cool, and it just kind of goes through all the roots on the cedar tree. But anyway, it looks gorgeous.
So the what idea turned into, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and she
so then
wants more.
Then I found a huge one that was like, 3-4 trees together all fell, and I'm like, I'd like that.
Like, no.
And he's like, I'd have to get an excavator in here. I'm like,
In the
well,
swamp. She's like, you can do it. I'm like, no. I'm not gonna bury an excavator in the swamp.
Just wait,
So,
I might have it.
yeah. But anyway, so full sun, watering a little bit more on the moist side. They do drink quite a bit. Yes, they're a little bit messy. You can fertilize once a week with the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. That helps them keep pushing those blossoms out. And yeah, they're a great if you want to draw on the hummingbirds. Lofos are great for they hummingbirds typically love anything that is kind of that tubular trumpet shaped flower, so the Lofos no exception. Yeah, the hummingbirds absolutely love it, and do the pollinators.
They're not going to be really like caked with flowers like our super petunias.
Yeah.
Our baskets are just full of flowers, and it's just one big ball of flowers. These are going to be more of I always think of like a wedding with these.
Oh, like a
because
bridal
they're just
bouquet?
well,
Kinda?
just like a wedding, like just very flowy, very gardeny. But you're going to be more up close to see them, and there's a lot of blooms on here, and I don't know if you can see just how many there are.
But look at here. I mean, it goes all the way down, like all these pods, all the way to the tip. That's all going to be flowers, like it
But
is
they'll
right
kind of
here.
space in and out, and
But they produce the blooms are pretty short lived, like maybe a couple days. They produce a bloom, drop it. Produce a bloom, drop it. So they are a little messy. So that's just something to know about them. If you're
and give them room because they're gonna grow long.
Yeah.
So if you have it, I'm gonna say on a porch where you're looking out and you're sitting and enjoying it, it will form like a wall.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be able to look through it.
Yeah.
So just
be remember,
warned on that.
there are a couple things like they are a little messy. So if you're like obsessive compulsive,
And that's where
that's
I
probably
think-
not the one for you. Why are you pointing at me?
Because you're like, you gotta pick it up. You gotta pick it up. When we have them, of course, we have the benches down below, and when they drop, we need to pick them up because we don't want to get
They're
them.
in like the bedding plants, so they're constantly just spitting flowers.
And then if you leave them
then they get funky.
then so that's why we have one whole stretch of the greenhouse with them, and then that's once they're gone, they're
one
gone.
crop and done. Yeah. So so be here early if you want Lofos.
But yeah, tell us, do you have a favorite that you go in for every single year? Because Lofos was not something that was really on our radar until about 3-4 years ago.
It's been several years.
It's been several years, but it really wasn't on. Like we just didn't. It wasn't in the rotation of what we purchased, and I think now that sitting and going through books and seeing like,
oh, this is pretty.
This is pretty. How big is it? How aggressive is it? Does it attract the hummingbirds and the butterflies? Because everybody loves that.
Yeah.
And is it deer resistant? Those are kind of my big things that I look for. Deer resistant, drought tolerant. There's certain
I don't
things.
actually know on the deer resistance.
No, I don't know that, but I'm saying when I'm shopping
for
for flowers, that's the things that I try to think of for my customers is because we have a deer issue around here.
Yeah, we do.
So those are all the things that I'm trying to think of. So if you have a flower that you know of that you absolutely love, let us know because I would love to check it out. It's always fun. And then, of course...
Speaking of our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer, so we want to highlight a few of our retailers. So we have retailers all over the country, over 100 retailers, and more each and every single day, which is awesome. So we want to highlight a few of those new retailers, and that's Diane's Greenhouse in Fordyce, Nebraska. Okay, so Diane's Greenhouse in Fordyce, Nebraska. Also, Lubbert's Farming Greenhouses in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And then Lutz Greenhouse in Salem, Ohio. So.
Excellent.
Yep.
Love it.
All right.
Be sure to check out the greenhouses that carry our Beat Your Neighbor. Stop in, grab a jar from them.
Or ask if you're at a greenhouse that doesn't carry our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer.
In fact, there's a message on the machine you need to call back on because he said, somebody came in,
Customers
I've had
coming
numerous people, and he said, how do I get it in my store?
We can help you with that. Yeah, so when you're out and about, and now these greenhouses are opening, especially, seems like a lot open this weekend. So yeah, tell them, ask them, hey, if you carried Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer, I would buy it from you. So yeah. And
you can find those retailers on the beatyourneighbor.com, on the store locator. And then also, if you don't have one in your area that you're like, oh, I'm in Texas. We don't have one in Texas. If you're in Texas or Florida, you can see on that map where they all are located, and we can ship it to you in 48 states.
Yep, so we can ship this directly to you if you don't have somebody in your local area.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So
beautiful. On with our day. It's going to be
we have a nice...
the sun is shining. Can you see it?
Yeah. So it's been cold, but the sun has been out. So yeah, I'll be watering again today. Yesterday I spent most of my day watering. So is the season. This
is the time where there's a lot to do, and we have lists up the kazoo.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's that weird calmness before the storm's coming.
Normally we're hustling so much, like right before opening up the greenhouses. So make sure the credit card reader is working. There's just a lot of things and make sure everything is in place and ready to roll. And we're pretty much ready, other than a few things. But yeah, the
crew's gonna come in and plant all sorts of vegetables and then Thursday
we open up.
So excited.
So very good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.